Hey guys, so back to Broken Path, day 8, the one with the fire tiles. Today's challenge mission is this nasty piece of work, which is all enemies have 150% max health. If you're bringing a 6-star smasher, that doesn't really matter. For all you guys with Rosmontis, good on yous, go wild. Myself, I'm bringing Myrtle, Scavenger with skill 2. I've got 2 healers, Gaviel and Myrd, doesn't really matter which 2 you bring. Personally, I'm grabbing my friend's Pure Stream because I find a wide area healer quite good for this map. Meteor with skill 2, which is a little AoE. A self-healing tank, so yeah, Cardigan, Gummy, although I'm actually using Gummy for something else. So Hung, Spot, doesn't really matter. A second healing tank, I'm using Gummy because she's a proactive healer, which is very important because a lot of them are reactive healers. They'll only heal after something drops below 50%, which is typically not ideal. Your best tank, so I'm bringing Cora. It's not my best tank, but tank most people have. Jessica with skill 1. And I'm bringing 2 heavy hitters. Executor, who ignores defense. And the tiles in front of him. All attacks ignore defense. And attacks deal 150% damage in the row directly in front of him. So these 2 right here. Or I believe so anyway. Anyway, it doesn't matter because of where we're putting him, so. And we're going to be using his second skill. The other one we're going to be doing is Meteorite with skill 2. Which is again a defense reduction skill. So lots of defense reduction skills. And from here, we're going to deploy in Scavenger first, right here, facing the entry points. We're going to deploy Myrtle here, facing down so she can hit stuff as it goes past. And as soon as you've got the deployment points to do so, Shaw facing upwards. Okay, then from there, Meteor here, facing up. Your proactive healing tank, right here. So as I said, in this case it's Gummy. Next is going to be Meteorite. On this tile here. And now with this first rock break, it's play by ear depending on how much deployment points you've got. As you can see, by the time it gets all the way over to here, Scavenger will have had her skill up. So I'm actually going to deploy Executor in first. This is also going to depend on how well this tank is coping. If for whatever reason this tank is getting smashed, then you deploy a healer in first. So Executor here. And then we're going to pop in Cora. Just here. And after that, we're going to deploy our healer here, facing down. And the reason I like Pure Stream in particular is because she can heal whoever's on this tile. They will always take a little bit of damage from the casters because the caster will always hit them at least once, if not twice, before they start attacking the tank. Now it's important to remember that these guys are invisible until they hit the block point. So we're just gonna, as soon as they come out of their cloak, we're just gonna smash them with everybody. Get that defense as far down as possible for Executor to start working on them. And I'll pull Gummy away, Myrtle away now, and I'll pop in Jessica. Just here facing up so she can get healed by Pure Stream if she needs to. So the second one is now in. I'm going to wait for this slug, and then I'm going to use the skill. And also going to use Meteorite skill. And then we're going to replace Scavenger or your 2-block Vanguard with our self-healer. So now I'm going to wait for this second one. And then I'm going to use Executor's skill. And we're just going to do our best to keep the defense as far down as possible for Executor, so he can work his magic. So as you can see, there's that caster, it's just hit Executor. And okay, it's only got him once, so we'll use Cora's skill there, because I want it ready for later. It's also worthwhile to be mindful that Meteorite will inherently hit these guys on the bottom row. They're closer to the exit point, so they are probably, say, 1, maybe 2 tiles closer to the exit than the guys being blocked here by Cora. So when you are using Meteorite's skill, just make sure that these guys are not there. See, she just attacked it then. So we'll wait until that guy leaves the point, and then we'll throw that out there. I'm going to use Pure Stream skill. And I'm going to wait for everything to come in before I throw out Meteor's skill. So we've got our first big guy coming through, and this is what I wanted Cora's skill for. It looks like she's a bit behind on me. That's okay though, so Executor looks like he's in a good spot, so he's out. Executor skill, and now we're going to play Cora's skill by ear. So my healer's falling behind, so I'm going to use her skill. Just keep Cardigan topped up if you're using Cardigan. And once again, just do your best to keep the defense off this guy, so Executor can work his magic. So now the second one's come along, so what we're going to do is I'm actually going to deploy a second healer in there to keep Cora alive. I'm going to be pretty specific with where I'm going to put them. It's going to be Gaviel, and it's going to be here because, as far as I'm concerned, Gummy doesn't need healing. Gummy's doing perfectly fine with just Pure Stream. So as you can see, that's really tight with damage. And that's something you really need to remember. And it's also really important to remember this guy here. He needs 2 pushes to get him up into this row. So you may need to be very careful with Cardigan's skill. This is it though. Once you get to this point, you're sweet as. You don't need to worry about anything. It's all downhill from here. So you can pull these guys out, new healer in, and that's why I'm not terribly concerned about it. So once again, Korra's skill, do your best to make it easy on your healers. Pure stream skill, again, just to make it easy on your healers. Executor skill when it's ready. Unfortunately, where Executor is, he's not going to be doing a lot. And just sort of do your best to wiggle around. So he's gone, so we'll redeploy Jessica. Korra is non-essential. Get rid of Korra, we'll put Scavenger facing down. And we'll just speed it up. So it's not a particularly grand map to have to come into. Look, you really want to... It's not going to be too bad if you bring in the heavies, as most of you can. You can at least... Most folks have at least one heavy, which is great. If you can bring in a second heavy, that'd be fantastic. Better healers are always good. It's just a fight against those rock breakers, really. The rock breakers, no matter what you do, if you're using these contracts at the very least, well, even if you're not, because 150% defense, so if you're not using that, you're gonna have to use those 2, which is everything has 150 defense, so you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. So understandably, if you have better healers, you can really just expand it as much as you want. So I was using Pure Stream, but say I didn't want to use Pure Stream, I'd consider using Ceylon. I wouldn't probably use this. I would use skill 1. I would probably always use Gummy because, as I said, I want a proactive healer. I mean, if you really were so inclined, you bring Saria. Again, as a proactive healer, so you'd want this skill here. Again, Korra can be replaced with anyone, so let's say... Yeah, I don't know, take your pick. It can't be the Nugdes, it can't be the Snake, I'm sorry guys. She only blocks 1 and you really need a 3 block. So... Hoshiguma, I wouldn't bring Mudrock, because Mudrock will fall behind. Nyan. Probably Nyan with her 3rd skill, because that reflects arts damage. So you really want the bonus to attack, even though it's a little less defense. Cardigan is Cardigan. If you want to bring a self-healer, so like a healer you don't need to worry about, then by all means. And obviously Meteorite, if you really want to go crazy, can be replaced by Rosmontis. Who else? W with 3rd skill. Because obviously the mines will get blown up by the fire things. Aobi, sorry, with her physical skill. Susio. Who am I missing? I am missing someone. I know I am. Schwarz. Schwarz with this skill will absolutely devour those guys. The same with her lesser, so Province and Acid Drop. You can use both of those and they will work relatively fine. So yeah, it's really up to you guys how much you want to bring into the fight. But yeah, thanks. If this guide helped you, then yeah, please subscribe. Follow me on Twitch. And I'll be back tomorrow for another guide. Thanks, guys.